Testing, mic check 1 2 3. Testing. Testing, mic check 1 2 3. Testing. Adjusting monitor. Testing, mic check 1 2 3. Testing. All right, dev heads, welcome to the stream. And today we're starting a CS:GO style shooter in Unreal Engine 5.6 using the gameplay ability system, or GAS for short. If you don't know what GAS is, it's basically Unreal's framework for handling abilities, cooldowns, effects, and all that complex gameplay logic that normally takes forever to code. It makes game development easier because instead of reinventing the wheel for every mechanic, like sprinting, shooting, throwing grenades, you can build them once and reuse the structure everywhere. Not only that, it's replicated, so it makes multiplayer development easier as well. So let's get started. To speed up the process, I'm gonna use a plugin called Gas Companion. There's a lot of C++ tutorials that out there to show you how to install Gas, but I just want to get to the nitty gritty of things. So we're gonna cut straight to the fun and start building an actual shooter using Gas. So I'll be parsecing in with my main PC since it's a beast and can handle heavy lifting. So if you notice a tiny bit of delay, or that's why. And before we dive in, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe so you don't miss the next stream. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start a whole new project. Let's use 5.6.1, the latest. All right. First thing first, I'm gonna see if I have Gas Companion installed in the 5.6 engine. Let's see, Gas Companion. Hopefully they updated to 5.6, which they did. So we're gonna install it on 5.6. Let's go ahead and install it. Let's look at the documentation because it's been a while. Did I use Gas? This is kind of good for me because I need to relearn this stuff, especially because I am creating a game for the YouTube channel. I'll tell you more about it later. Maybe I'll have a little sneak peek here and there. For the most part, let's get started with the quick start. Okay. First thing first, we're gonna install it in our game. So So now that it's installed, we'll go back to not library, but Unreal Engine. Then we're gonna go and launch the engine. Perfect. Now we're gonna hit games and we're gonna start a third-person blueprint project. Let's call it CSGO Gas. So again, I'm gonna start building a CSGO type game. Obviously, it's not gonna be as polished, but I'm gonna do what I can do. So let's go ahead and create it. Close this now. And here we go. We have our generic level. Let's see if Gas Companion is installed. It's not, so we have to install it. Again, you can easily install Gas without this plugin. It does cost money, but for me, Gas Companion has been very, very good to me. So I have done videos about it as well, so you can check it out. Whenever you install Gas Companion, you'll get this error, which you'll just simply click this link and it'll fix it for you. It makes writable the default game. So once you do that, you're pretty much good to go. Let's hit play, see what we got. Working Gas character, perfect. Oh, well, it's not a Gas character, it's a third-person character to be exact. Now, what we have to do now is create a Gas character. So let's do that first. So we'll go ahead and create a new folder. Call it character. Well, we have characters here. I guess we'll call it Gas character just so it won't be confusing. Gas, no spaces, character. There you go. Okay. Okay. First thing first, we're gonna have to create a blueprint, and it has to be from the all classes menu, and we are gonna get a cast. Let's see if document changed, but as far as I know, hold on. Let's open up Gas Companion. Get started. I know we have to do a modular character, but I just double checking just in case things have been updated. Setting up ACC player state, getting started, blah blah blah. Be right back, guys. All right, sorry guys, I'm back. All right, so first thing first, we got to create a modular character. Like I said, I'm just checking to see if anything has changed. I guess they're using a gas player controller. Yeah, so nothing really has changed as far as I know. Okay, so first thing first, let's create a modular character. Here you go. We select this class, call it BP gas character. Okay, so now that we created this blueprint, we are we have a template where we can start adjusting. So first thing first, let's bring in the third character mesh and whatnot. So let's go ahead and go to content. Let's go to characters, mannequin, and I think he's on third person blueprints. Yeah, perfect. So here we're gonna bring in this character. We're gonna bring the mesh and put it into that gas mesh. Let's go ahead and copy its location, paste it here. Let's go ahead and copy the rotation. Oops. Copy the rotation and paste it here. And then I guess we can bring it down. Let's copy this. Paste it. It's just minus 89. Minus 89. Perfect. Now we're gonna bring in the blueprint animation. Let's go ahead and I like to do this to find things much easier. Hit the magnifying glass, which points me to the right direction. I'll just go back to the gas character and hit the little arrow to the pointing to the left so it can be selected. Now, so you can see we have the character with the blueprint animation. So let's go ahead and hit compile. Now what we want to do is add the gas character to the game mode. So let's go ahead and grab the pawn, which is called gas character. Let's go ahead and compile. Or let's go ahead and save and play. Oh, yeah, we're missing the camera and all that fun stuff. Let's go ahead and copy the camera. Spring arm camera. Copy both of these. Okay. Perfect. So we can't move or anything. We got to bring in the controller. So we got to bring in the blueprint by going to the event and copying this over here, and bringing it here. Let's do nothing for now. And I noticed the character also had some functions, so we can copy these, the move and the aim. Let's see if we can copy them one by one. Huh. Yeah, we can. Let's copy this one, paste it here. Okay. Now let's go back to the event graph. Let's see if a refresh will fix all these errors. Refresh notes. Perfect. Now, let's hit play, see what we got. All right, there you go. You got a working gas player character. And to test this, I know there's a console command. It's called something about show gas or show. Let's look at the documentation just to be exact. Here it goes. There you go. It's show debug ability system. So this will show us if gas is working or not. So we can go to console. Let's paste that command in here, and voila, we have a character with gas. On the left side, you'll see like the location. You'll see own tags, which I will talk about it later. But tags is very, very awesome in gas because it just makes things it like basically if you have this tag on, you won't be able to perform these action type of thing. um it's better than booleans and it's replicated, so I love it. I'll further tell you more about it later. But for the most part, this is how to get a gas character in game. So the next thing I want to do is add attributes to the character. So to do that, let me look back at the documentation. Let's see. Okay, I guess you make your own. I know there's one by default. I guess gives you. Okay, so here you create the modular. Configure attribute wizard. Some old stuff right here. You can make your own attributes here without needing much C++. So here you create the character, you adjust the character. Oh yeah, that's the ability system. Okay, so here, okay, now I remember. So we go to let's close this out. That we won't get confused. Close the plugin section. Let's organize this a bit. Let's put it here for now. So here is basically the main component that we can tweak. Here we can adjust. We can add abilities and we can add attributes. That's basically the main thing you're gonna work with for these coming lessons. You're gonna be able to add abilities, attributes, effects, etc. So first we're gonna start with the attributes. Um, you can make your own, but like I said, gas has its own. So I'll go ahead and show you this one right here. So let's compile it and play. This gas companion gives you 1 second. Okay, so if we go back to the console and type in this information, now you see that this character has health, max health, health regen rate, stamina, max stamina, stamina rate, mana, damage, etc. So now we have attributes on this character with just a click of a button. So now you can see how crazy gas is. And the cool part about these attributes is that they're all replicated, so you could easily create a multiplayer, start like literally start making a multiplayer game that fast. All right, so let's see. Let's start working on the HUD. For now, let's make a player controller. It's using its okay, it's using the default one right now. Let's add a widget, and I think Gas has its own widget. I mean, this Gas companion plugin, just to kill just for the sake of making things more faster. Let's add a widget here. Create widget. Boom. Boom. Gas. Or let's see. There you go. It has a GSUW HUD. So I compile and play, and let's see what we got. So it's not showing up. Let's see why. If it's true, event begin. Let me add this here just to test it out. And against itself. Let's see. Oh, duh. I'm not thinking today. So let me go ahead and paste this here. Obviously, once you create a widget, you have to put it in the viewport. Okay. Compile, play, and it's still not showing up. Lovely. Let's see. I just want to test something out, see if this is gonna print hello. It prints hello, right? What's going on then? Let's delete that. Create the widget, GS HUD, self. Let me try these other widgets. Widget, add to viewport. Shout out accuracy, add to screen. See if this does anything. See what error we get here. Oh, it says true. Unless this updated HUD is not working as we want it to. In that case, let me do my own widget. Go back to the content folder. For the sake of organization, we're gonna create UIs here or widgets here. And let's go ahead and click this folder. Let's go ahead and go to right click the folder and put user interface. There you go. Got kind of frozen. Sorry, guys. I'm using Parsec. For those who don't know, I'm connecting to my beefier computer. So go ahead and create a user interface by clicking here. We're gonna create a widget blueprint user interface. Select. So right here we're gonna call it HUD, I guess. Let's call it gas HUD. Okay. All right, save. So first we're gonna start off with Canva. Put it here. Then we're gonna add some text to here. I just want to test if the widget displays on the player controller first. So I'll just put displays exclamation marks. Compile. Then we're gonna add it to our player controller. Call it gas hut. Click here, compile, and then we're gonna go ahead and hit play. So it works. So I guess the one that came with Gas Companion doesn't work anymore. I don't know why. Maybe I'm missing something. Um, Anyways, in a way, it's good. That way, I could teach you guys how to use variables from the attributes. Um, so let's get started. Go ahead and delete this. We got everything working. Now, I guess let's start adding our own attributes. Okay, so we're gonna do this um, kind of sloppy because I just want to show you how this thing works. So first, we got the health, I guess. Let's go ahead and put health here. Colon. Later on, I'll organize it some more. We'll put that here. Let me learn how to spell first. Let's go ahead and add another one. And we'll call this stamina. Actually, health. Mana, I guess. I know Counter-Strike doesn't have mana, but we could use it for something else for now. But for now, we'll call it mana. Maybe we won't even use it at all, but since it's there, I'm going to use it. And this one, I'll call it stamina. Okay. So now we need to add some variables in. Let's create some variables. Okay, first let's make this a function, create a binding here for health. So here we're gonna add append. Let's see how we can modify these attributes. It's been a while. Attribute events, here we go. You know what? I'm just gonna open up my old project and then we'll go from there. Give me 1 second. I'm just winging it right now. Hopefully I get it right. So basically I'm calling the player controller and I'm gonna get the gas core, if I'm not mistaken. Or get gas. Looks like they updated this. Oh yeah, GSC core. We forgot to add this component. That's what I normally use. It provides abstract towards ability system component. Provides abstraction for player states abilities not directly accessible. Provides commonly shared functions and API. So I love using that. So now I can grab that component. And from here, we can start grabbing the ability, the attributes, I mean. Get attribute, get health. And we could put it here. But I want to first, let's see, append to string. Append. So here I want to put health. And then after that, I want to add the value of our health. Okay, so in theory, we should be at 100% by default. So let's go ahead and hit play. Or I guess we're at 0. Interesting, but at least we're getting a number. That's a good thing. I might have to set the attributes. But for now, let's just start adding the labels, I guess. So here we're going to add another binding for the mana. Create binding. Then let's label this so for the sake of organization. Rename this to get health, I guess. And then this one that we're currently on will be named get mana. Now we could just copy this, but I'll just show you how I did it once again. So we get the pawn, get pawn. Then we cast this to the new gas character that we created. Then we attach that to here. Then from here, we get the core component that I added not too long ago. Then here, we're going to convert it into a string. And then we're going to append it so we can have a label and the value. So right here, we're going to put that there. And here, we're going to say mana. Colon space. Don't forget the space or it'll be stuck together. So let's go ahead and compile, play. Now we have mana. Perfect. Now we're going to do the same thing, but I'm not going to do it again. I'm just going to copy this. Let's go back to the design. Click on stamina. Then what we're going to do now is, oh yeah, we have to bind the text. Create a binding. So now I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste this stuff. But instead of mana, it'll be stamina. Now, one thing I forgot to do is change the component get. So we'll go back to health. That's perfect. We go back to stamina. We're going to change this and get mana. Okay. Compile. Then we're going to get, let's rename this so we won't get confused. Get stamina. So we're going to delete that and get stamina. Perfect. All right. So when we hit play, we should beat 0, 0, 0 health, 0 health, mana, and 0 stamina. The reason this is set to 0 is because we haven't put any values to our attributes. And so now what I'm going to do is create attributes. So let's go ahead and I know we got to set up a database. Let's go back to BP gas character. Let's click the ability system component. And from here, we have to initialize data. So no, there's a plus sign here. Copy data, composer data. Create new asset. Okay. let's create a data table. Then we'll put it in a folder for the sake of organization and call it DT, I guess, for data. And then here we're gonna call it gas data. So it should be set to attribute metadata if I'm not mistaken. You hit OK. Now we can open this file, and now we can start creating rows. So to add a row, click add, and I know there's a naming convention for this. Let's look at it right now on the documentation. Here they add that detail set attribute. Let's go back to the quick start. I think here it will explain it. So here they added that ability system, health. Okay. Here they create the data that I did. They did use the attribute metadata, so I was correct. So what they use is GSC attribute set health, and then they have the max health. Okay, we can play with this. Cool. I'll just copy this. And let's minimize that. Let's expand this. Let's expand these little rows here. So to rename the folder, the row name, just double click and hit paste. Here we're gonna set the base value to, let's set the base value to, is it out of 90? Let's do 90 for now. Don't worry about min and max. I believe it's not being used, but we do have more attributes that we can set. So we can add health max, and here we can set the max health, which is 100. Okay, perfect. Now we can add the mana. Let's set that to 100. No, just for the sake of testing, let's do 50 so I can know that it's working. Oh, here's a little glitch that I found out. If you don't hit enter, it won't save. There you go. See the attribute, it's 0. If I hit like a 50 or 60 and I click away, it won't save. I had to redo all that one time. So anyways, let's hit 60. Yeah, here we go. And then let's go ahead and create another row, call it max mana. Perfect. Obviously we want the max mana to be 100%. Again, make sure you hit enter, else I won't save. So let's go ahead and hit add another row. Now we're gonna do stamina. Let's set this one to 80. Enter. Save. Let's go ahead and create the max now. Max stamina. No, stamina. Max. And obviously it's gonna be 100. Now hit enter. Let's double check if my naming convention is correct. So no, it has to be max first. I got it backwards. So it's max health. If you're using the default gas attributes, that's how you have to do it. So mana max. And then here we're gonna do max stamina. I knew I had it wrong. Let's go ahead and hit save. Let's cross our fingers. Hopefully when I hit play, things will start working. Yeah. Let's go ahead and hit play on the new window. Probably represent our attributes. Again, with gas companion or with gas, you can easily create variables for your character that get replicated. This is why I love gas. This will usually take you about, I don't know, good maybe 2 hours for a semi new person. For me, it just took like 10 minutes. If I wasn't streaming, I mean, it would have taken me about 10-20 minutes. But since I'm explaining, it kind of slows me down. But for the most part, there you have it. Now, what we want to do is let's create something that will damage our character. Let's create a. Let's get something cool. Let's create something. We're gonna go hit blueprint cat. We're gonna create a blueprint class of actor. Call it BP damage. Boom. So here, instead of we gotta add a box collision. Could be a sphere if you want. I'm doing box. And then we want to add. Let's add a Niagara effect, just because I'm learning Niagara. So let's go ahead and add Niagara. You can use anything that comes up. What's this? Okay, let's use that. And let's change it to red. That will damage us. That's orange. Let's do red. Alright, this is cool. Alright, maybe a little bit more. Okay, that's red. Perfect. Let's combine it. Let's compile it, I mean. And we're going to use this for our damage. And right here, the point of this lesson here is to show you how to work with the attributes. This is mostly what makes a game a game. And since it's replicated, we'll get to how we can add it to another player and how it will, like, all clients and servers will see this, basically everything that took effect with attributes. Anyways, let's go ahead and add this damage here. Perfect, it's working. Let's go ahead and hit play. Obviously nothing's gonna happen, but for the sake of coolness, here's the Niagara effect. Anyways, let's go ahead and add some damage. So basically what we're gonna do here is on the box collision on overlap, scroll down. On begin overlap, we're gonna go ahead and get this node. So from here, let's go ahead and on overlap, on sweep. Okay, from other actor, we're gonna cast the gas blueprint character. And then right here, we're gonna get the core. There's other ways to do this and it's more cleaner, but for now, I'm just showing you something quicker. Here we can subtract, get attribute. I guess we can get the health. And then I guess we can subtract if I'm not gonna set health. Set attribute value. Here you go. And as you can see, everything, all the attributes that we have in our character are shown here. It's freaking awesome. So the attribute we're gonna tweak is obviously health. So we gotta set the health here, and we could by default just add a value here, and the health should change to that each time. But it's a damage box, so we want it to subtract. But for the sake of testing, let's go ahead and test it out. Upon overlapping, we should be at health 30. As you can see it, it's 30. And if we do it again, it's going to remain at 30 until we do the subtraction, till we do the Uber math, you know, the subtractions. Anyways, let's go ahead and do that. So just obviously just do some math here. Let's subtract 10 float each time we touch this, and we'll just set it. Hold on. So we get the health, and then we subtract it by 10, and we just put the total here. So in theory, every time we overlap, it should subtract by 10. And the beauty about these attributes in gas is that since you set a gas max, as you can see here, it will not go. Oh wait, let me see. I don't think it goes below 90. Only one way to find out. Let's go ahead and overlap against this. Beautiful. We subtract by 10, so it leaves us with 80. And then now we have 70. Now we have 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 1. Okay, this is the moment of truth. Let's see if I'm right. And I'm wrong. So I guess this is where you have to put your logic here. Let me see if gas has this thing called death. Guess not. Death. Damage. Let's see what we have here. Oh, see, yeah, we have damage. We have on health change. We have on stamina change. So that we could do cool stuff, as you can see already. This is like a whole library of things you can do. On damage, on death. I think this is when you hit below 100. So as you can see, there's already a node. What I'm gonna do, just for the sake of testing, is destroy the actor. Let's see if it works. I might be wrong, but let's go ahead and test it out. 70, 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, 10, 100. No, might be doing something wrong. We'll get into this. We'll return back to this. I'll just have to do my research. I used to use this too, but just to get things right, we could just add a clamp, I guess. So the minimum could be 0 and the max can be 100. And I swear there's stuff in gas that makes this irrelevant, but for now, this is what we're gonna do. So now we shouldn't go below 0. So yeah, there you have it. We're on 0. We can't go past 0. So here, so now I guess let's destroy our actor upon receiving or upon being at 0. So the way we can do this is by going back to your Gax character. I know you can use this, but I don't know why it's not working right now, but I'll get back to it like I said. But for now, you can do this. You go to your ability system, your GS core system, and on health change, we can, let's see. For now, let's see if it does change. Let's test this out. Huh, this is not triggering. I gotta see why. Let's see, on health change. Maybe this is why the... Oh, you know what? Let me see. Let's go back to the damage. It's being subtracted. It is being set to the health attribute. Let's see if we can tweak it here. No. Health. Yeah, no. I think we're good. I mean, it is getting the health correctly, and it is changing the health. On damage is not working. Oh, let's test it out. You know what? Maybe it's because we're not damaging the character in gas standards. Let's see if there's a damage. No. Damage sign. Let me look at the documentation real quick. Here's some of the. I guess they're using this new stuff that I haven't seen before. Post. Definitely have to look into that. Gameplay effect. There you go. Oh yeah, I forgot about these effects. Most likely, what I need to do is apply a gameplay effect, so that. Okay. Okay, so what I'm gonna do now is just do one method of applying damage. It's not gonna use gas full system, but let me just do this method first, and then the next method will be utilizing gas full potential. Running a little bit out of time, so probably my next session will be using gas to damage the character. So for now, let's do this something quick. Let's see. So I guess here, if the flow equals less than or equal to 0, the character is dead. Let's just test this out. Let's see, 10. We're getting close. Not quite there yet, but close. For some reason, we're getting a value of 0. Wait. See if this works. Oh, you know what? I think I know why it's happening. There you go. So we are dead. From here, like I said, I'm gonna show you guys how to do this in gas. That's the point of this whole stream. But for now, this is an alternative way to do it, which I don't recommend doing for now. I'm gonna do it like this. Here we can easily add like a dead function here on the, and let's close this out. Let's close this out. Let's delete that for now since it's not being used. Delete that for now. Let's delete this for now. So here we could create a custom event, like a death event. Then here we can just, for now, let's just destroy the actor. Compile. Obviously, if you want to, you have to replicate this. So for the sake of showing you RPC, I'm going to go ahead and do that. So what I like to do is first name it death server, since it's being called by the server first. And it's going to be multicast. Death multi. We want this to be shown on the characters, because if we do this right now, which I'll show you right now what I'm talking about, what we're gonna do here when it's dead, instead of there, we're just gonna call that function, which is death, I think. All right, let me remember what I called it. I called it death srv cast to death. Oops. Cast to death. Why am I doing that? Oh my god. Death srv. There's no need for casting. I'm already doing it here. Okay, anyways, we'll plug that in there. Then we'll go ahead and connect the nodes. So let's go ahead and hit play. And so what was in theory is going to happen is get destroyed upon being at 0 HP. Perfect. That worked. Now, yeah, when you destroy things, make sure you destroy it properly. I'm pretty sure that's why I'm getting all these errors. Okay. Now, I want to show you how easy it is to change our health. So let's say we don't want it at 90 because this testing is taking forever. So we could just easily change the attribute here. And now we're like at 50 health. So now for testing purposes, things will become more easier. Perfect. Now let's go ahead and test this out in multiplayer, which is the main reason why we're working with gas. Let's go ahead and play as a listen server. Let's go ahead and hit play. Nothing showing up. 2 players. New window. Here you go. Okay, so we got 2 characters. Perfect. Each client, or each I guess user. Oh shoot. Hold on. I'm trying to control this using Parsec. I think there's a way to, let me exit out of here. I know there's a mode here in Parsec, which I love using, by the way. It's immersive, I think. There you go. It's both. Okay, we need to be in immersive mode. So now I can test it. Go ahead and hit play. And now, as you can see, both the server and the client have attributes. And when I touch this as a server, it'll only take effect on the server, as you can see right here, 40. And as a client, I'll go ahead and damage myself, 30. Voila. Welcome to gas. Right out of the box, we have replication. That's why I love it, and that's why I use it. So there's more you can do with it. This is just this is just the beginning. All right. So, anyways, now what I want to see is if death gets replicated, which I don't think so. Oh, I guess it does because we get destroyed. Anyways, we just generally want to replicate the death because there's gonna be effects and maybe ragdoll effects that you wanna broadcast. So I'm gonna do that. Since it's just a simple destroy, I'm pretty sure that's probably replicated by default. But anyways, let's set this to on server, and let's set this to multicast. And we'll destroy the actor on the multicast because we want everyone to see it. And then here we're gonna call the death multi. So the server calls. So we're gonna call the server to run this function. Then it's gonna be multicast. Perfect. Again, we could do a lot in gas. We could eliminate some of this stuff too, but for now, this is what how we're gonna start off. Let me see if I can start working with gas in terms of damaging the character using gas. But yeah, as far as now, we have like a semi-working game. I guess the game is called Do Not Step on the Red Particle Effect. Perfect. So let's go back to the documentation and let's go ahead and find out how to damage the right way using gas. I know it has to do with gameplay effects, if I'm not mistaken. You know what, for the sake of time, we're gonna end it here. Um, it's a, I think it's a very nice spot to end it. You kind of got warmed up to gas. Basically, I taught you guys how to create a gas character, how to use some of its abilities. I taught you how to add attributes, how to modify the attributes, how to set them, how to tweak the attributes using this Node.js core. You get the health, subtract it, then you set the attribute back to the health. Obviously, you can change the attributes to something else. So if you think about it, we can do the same thing with stamina. There's a whole bunch of things we can do though. This is just the beginning, like I said. So don't forget to subscribe because I'll be covering gas more in thorough. So let's see, what else am I missing? We have multiplication right out the box. Each character has its own attributes, and they're all custom to each of the player. Uh, let's see. Uh, oh wait, this is something else. Let me turn off immersive mode. Perfect. All right, well, all right, dev heads. This is all for today. We got the basics of gas. We know, um, it makes developing mechanics so much smoother than just starting from scratch. So next time, I'll push further. Uh, Maybe I'll start. I'll add. I'll teach you guys how to damage the correct way using gas. Maybe add some kind of shooting mechanic system, and then slowly get into that CS:GO aspect of things. I'll add maybe a timer, things that are not really gas related, but I'll add a timer, a spawn. And if you had fun hanging out, don't forget to like the stream and subscribe so you don't miss the next session. I'll probably cut this down later on and make it more simplified. Um, Again, stay tuned. I'm also working on a game for the YouTube channel, and it's gonna be kind of weird because there's gonna be mini games within the game, and it's gonna be tied into the YouTube channel somehow. So I'll keep you guys up to date with that as well. So thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully you learned something. So all right, later, guys. Thank you.